Hi, Leo. Welcome into your weekly read for the week of July 31st to the 6th of August, 2023. I hope you're doing well. I do feel the need to mention that I'm already feeling that throughout the week at one, if not multiple points, there's somebody around you, say it's at work, at home, could be who you're meeting up with, you name it. Could even be just an energetic connection, somebody at a distance. Somebody's feeling quite uptight and they need to breathe. And I really sense that this will, even if you don't label yourself as an empath, it's going to affect you, all right, in one, if not multiple ways. But with that out of the way, let's begin by pulling from the Sacred Light Oracle deck, and then we'll move on to some tarot. To begin for my lovely Leos, might be a week where you have a lot going on, but a powerful one nonetheless. I do feel like there's also a focus throughout the week on the different aspects that add up to who you are as a soul, right? The different sides of you. I mean, I got that just off of these two very opposite imageries. This one being very angelic, this one being very sort of, they're saying ghostly, potentially your spiritual side playing into it. Very much, I want to say, maybe not necessarily the darker side of you, but you get the point, all right? When you're feeling angelic, not so much. When things are feeling heavy, and not so much when things are feeling darker, and then more so light, okay? But this energy attachments card talking about energy exchange. Yep, I mean, we were speaking upon that to an extent. Negative influences and self-sabotage. I feel like at times you're allowing for a situation to impact your view on things, your ability to withhold from temptation, bad habits that other people have and or that you have needs to come into play. I feel like all the meanwhile, you at times need to recognize that you're not always your best motivator, but also what I was more so trying to say is sometimes you don't treat yourself accurately or correctly by giving into temptation or overdoing it, excuse me, with one or multiple habits. I feel like there's going to be slip ups throughout the week and it's going to be quite annoying for you, but don't let it get the best of you. They're saying the control lies within your hands. I feel like people are going to be asking you questions, looking to you for advice, wondering how you do what you do. I'm seeing an elephant. Very interesting. I feel like that's actually part of the card now that I look at it. But I'm seeing the trunk here and the eye. So I really feel like your knowledge, your wisdom, your stature is what I'm getting, is coming into play. But sacred space talking about positive outcome, clarity, lucky attraction, and removing obstacles. It's a week where there is no shortage of you simply, to an extent, manifesting it, but just attracting in what you need the most, what you want to an extent. Say you need more opportunities to make money, or you need more money in general. You will be attracting in more of which throughout the week. No shortage of luck being on your side is what I'm getting. But now, being a week where there might be certain frustrations popping up here and there, certain obstacles that you have to overcome, Spirit saying, don't you have what it takes at this point to overcome these obstacles with ease? Even if it takes a bit more effort than you'd like. But I do sense that you've dealt with something similar in the past. So let's tap into that knowledge, wisdom, and ability all the meanwhile. But you're removing these obstacles left and right. You'll simply do what you have to do is the vibe. But we also have two over here, Dharma Wheel talking about karmic lessons, peer pressure, and moral codes. Moral codes, if I could even say it. Two more elephants over here. But I don't feel like I have to speak upon that card much more. Angelic Realms talking about a team effort, charity, validation, and patience. You are going to need to have so much patience throughout the week when it comes to the type of energies you're needing to deal with, right? Whether it's at work, at home, people in your life that you are close with, even if they annoy you at times. But I feel like at times you're given a level of validation that you don't necessarily need or didn't ask for. The spiritual meaning of a wolf coming into play. But And the beautiful thing about a wolf, and I truly feel like this is my spirit animal, and I'm a Leo, they have the innate ability to, the talent, if you will, to stand alone in a very powerful, successful way, be a loner, but also to work in a pack, right? In a pack, to be a team player. And so I sense that both of which are a part of your week to an extent. But I really do feel as if music is coming into play. You could be pushed to sing your Leo song. You might be sung through, certain songs being messages from spirit. You might at certain points throughout the week feel like you're literally being watched. Now, that could be somebody, if not multiple people, in a situation in your life physically, but I really feel a sense of an angel watching over you. While you could have someone watching you, hoping to and even pushing you to slip up. But I sense that if that's the case, it won't be huge. But either way, I feel like all the meanwhile, you might feel like you literally have a pair of angel wings, feeling quite angelic at a certain point. Let's move on to the tarot. A power struggle, very interesting. That might be taking place in a situation, your authenticity and the authority of others, or lack thereof, which coming into play. Let's use the Mystic Mondays. Should have prepared this. They're reminding you throughout the week to make sure you're prepared, whether it's for the work day, the upcoming work day, work week, whether it's more so in regards to preparing for an event or a meeting, a meet up, something, if not multiple aspects of your week entails preparation. You'll feel so much better and things will go smoother. But there's a situation where you're being reminded the possibilities are endless as far as how much you can make, how much you can achieve, what you can, get done. But again, I feel like you're being watched. And this situation has its chaos. And it might be levels of conflict and or competition as well. Even if you're not seeing that firsthand. People are sensitive is what I'm getting. You're going to cross paths with some truly sensitive individuals. And it's obviously not going to be, every single one of those people are not going to be very upfront about being sensitive, right? But I feel like, especially if you feel things strongly like myself, you're empathic, you're going to sense that somebody's just either going through it or feeling things strongly themselves or just, sensitive. For Leo to continue for the week. I just heard that made me uncomfortable. On to the next. The Ace of Cups and the Magician card, because I truly feel like you are manifesting abundance overflowing from your cup, period. And I really feel like there's a reminder of how much of your Leo world is within your control. There's going to be some awkward, silent moments. Now, when you say something to somebody and there's no response, trust that that's not a bad thing, right? I really feel like either Spirit was pushing, holding them back from responding, or they just had nothing nice to say and they made the right choice by biting their tongue. Either way, I feel like that conversation was meant to just be wrapped up anyways, and there's better to be aligning your focus with right after that, okay? But it just feels like things at times feel like they're spiraling, right? A lot going on, a lot taking place, you feeling like you're being reminded left and right, Leo, you have to do what's right for you. And if that means taking steps in the right direction to get to the point of fulfilling a dream, a goal, a wish, making a change in your life, then so be it. And I really feel like there's no need to be shouting this to the world, right? At times being secretive in a strategic way is going to push you further, and it's going to guarantee more success for you in regards to that. But I feel like all the meanwhile, you're needing to be honest with yourself in regards to why you want something. Even if you already have been in touch with this, right? Had your hands on it, there's going to be a true benefit in regards to when it comes to remembering that. Why do you want what you want so badly? Because it's meant for you. Because you're meant for it or for them. Also, we have for Leo. I don't know why I put all of those back. To begin again, to start over is going to come to mind, even if that doesn't come to be anytime soon. The Knight of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Leo, you have the ability to march to the beat of your own drum, and that's absolutely part of the week. Passionately moving towards a Ten of Cups situation for yourself. Is this a relationship, a new career situation? Is this a new investment, like where you live or something of the sort? I really feel like you are preparing yourself to march away from, fly or sail away from, however you want to look at it, from what people feel is good for you or people see as something you should maybe extend even further. But I really feel like you need to be more so trusting your intuition in small moments, in when it comes to the larger scale of things. All right. Now, I really feel like you deal with certain stresses that people don't need to know about, they don't know about. And this happens behind the scenes, behind closed doors, but all the meanwhile, or within you. But remembering that the gateway to your soul, your eyes, even your mannerisms, your responses to things in between the lines and whatnot, tells a story, all right? Shares more than you even realize at times. But I feel like all the meanwhile, you have what it takes to cope and deal with what's at hand and what's taking place. You've been prepared for this. There are going to be certain stresses when it comes to whatever this represents for you, but all the meanwhile, isn't it worth it? Right? Say it's this ideal career situation for you, job or whatever the case may be, or being an entrepreneur, but there are obvious difficulties, obstacles, stresses that would come with it, but the overall benefits and it being more ideal for you and the positives outweigh those Nine of Sword aspects. Now, obviously, it doesn't have to be career. It could be where you want to live or who you want to date. It not being perfect, but you know this already. But you're being reminded, okay? Whether it's certain aspects of it that are going to be tying into that Nine of Swords vibe, or more so just in general, getting that reminder. Let's pull one or two more for Leo. We also have the Temperance card and the Ten of Pentacles. Patience, my friend, as you build things up, as you grow something, as you see success in one way and not as much success in another way. But I really feel like a lot of which need to have patience when it comes to growing your finances, naturally. But when you're feeling depleted, please heal, all right? You can only do so much. You're only one person. And when your body is speaking to you, telling you that you cannot push any further or much further, we can't ignore it. Otherwise, things could escalate in a negative sense, all right? We do need to heal. You're not an Energizer bunny. But I really feel like you're planning for an ending. Planning for an ending that is going to be key for your path, for your success, and for your happiness all the meanwhile. Something, even if you can't see it, something won't progress in the way that you would see as ideal, right? So Spirit's saying the fact that you're desiring something else is purposeful because what's at hand only has its temporary positives. Very interesting. Changes will happen for the better and for the worse moving forward. And it's like you'll already be on to the next when the negatives transpire. Okay, does that make sense? It just feels like a very purposeful path that you've been set upon. But to wrap this up, the Seven of Cups, the Sun card, our energy, and the Six of Pentacles, because I really feel like you deserve peaceful abundance. You deserve peaceful happiness and ideal situations. And you're being reminded, yeah, you have a lot to get done. All right, still a lot to accomplish moving forward, which you will. But you have a lot of options, all right? And these options don't have to feel so far out of reach, right? Step by step, day by day. And we said this before in your readings. You'll do what you have to do. You'll get it done and you'll make it happen. But it's a week that reminds you that completion is a must on a smaller scale, larger scale. And I really do feel like it's a week where even though you're not feeling completely satisfied or completely complete, right? Feeling a bit of incomplete vibes coming through. If you look at this half sort of circle here. Also talking about how you're not to that completion, that ending just yet. I really feel like it's a week where you're being pushed to acknowledge, to be grateful for the abundance flowing in because it's helping you get closer to whatever that represents for you. And I feel like moving forward, you're going to see certain levels of fulfillment, feeling even more purposeful, all right? It's a week where you need to notice or remember things are transpiring, falling into place for you step by step, day by day. All right. And even more so to take a step back week by week. All right. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your week, Leo, and I'll definitely see you next time.